Hello students, this is Vijay, your art teacher. Today we are going to perform nature assignment, that is cabbage. You can see already I have done the outline and bit shading part. Uh, you are already familiar with the outlining and the putting up the deep shade. So to save on the time, I already have put up the deep tones. And now with the help of olive green, coastal green, yellow ochre, white, black, Persian blue, ultramarine blue, these all shades I'm going to complete this cabbage work. You can see now there are two tones. One is a middle tone, I won't say dark, I would say middle, and other one is light. Now gradually I am just increasing the detail because initially you might have seen the picture that the leaves were aside and the two patches which are away from the circular shape those are leaves, and with the help of yellow ochre, white, I'm putting up the light tone now. Actually, one interesting part I would like to tell you. When I started painting, the cabbage was quite fresh one, very much fresh, and was in solid post green color. On the first day when I sat for 1 hour and was in green tone, but later on when I sat on the next day, it had turned a little bit yellowish. So, what is the recommendation that once you sit in a one sitting, you try to complete your picture? That is the suggestion. Well, proceeding ahead with the demonstration. Here I am using the burnt scene also because the little bit brown effect, it had turned into a little bit brown. So that brown effect also I wanted to show, and plus the grace of the leaves, they were still, so naturally the grace had come down from the leaves. And, you can see now I am putting the shadow. So shadow and where the cabbage ends, that part you can see I have merged it a little bit. Shadow as it's going away from the object, I keep the shadow very much light, and when it's close to the object, it's going to be dark, like what we do all the time. You can see this time I have just kept the other pattern. My drapery color was completely white, so white reflection I had tried throwing on the object. So now I'm going to show folds also. I mean, there were so many folds, but then very specific folds I'm going to show to you. Right now, what I can tell you that the brush size which I'm holding, actually right now I'm holding a flat brush, but only the size of the flat brush is small, say 4 number and 6 number. These two brushes I'm using right now, and again same logic I'm using. In my previous demonstration also I have explained. That try to break your outline deliberately, and later on try to merge the outline in your object in such way that nobody able to make out that where exactly your outline ends the background, or where exactly your outline meets to the background, or where the background and the object outlines they are meeting each other. So you have to keep it very smooth. And why? What is the reason behind this? The reason behind this is to give a light feels to the eyes to avoid the fierceness, the hardness of the picture. So right now I'm showing borders on the cloth. You can see very beautiful folds are occurred now. Later on I'm going to merge it because my main thing is nature and not the I don't want to show right now the fold because I want to use my quality time on the object that is on the cabbage. Well, you can see now still I am on the folds only because background and foreground, yes, they are important aspect of picture as my previous discussion also I have told. But keeping in mind we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. That is the reason I'm continuously holding flat brush, creating light tone, deep tone, middle tone, and just trying to merge. Merging is very much important. You can see this is the output right now, and I am taking a bit more size brush and creating a gray shade again, white, black, and a little bit touch of Persian blue I am giving, and just trying to increase the deepness of the background. So my foreground and my object it comes ahead, it comes out of the background. When I realize the deep tone is too high, then I slightly decrease the deepness. I just made it a little bit light. You can see what I was showing you, that ultramarine blue, black, ghost green, olive green, cadmium yellow. These are all shades I took right now, taking cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, and a little bit ultramarine blue. Why? Because the leaves color had turned into yellowish. It had traveled from green to yellow. So that part I wanted to depict, and yellowish tone. Now I'm putting up. This is the second layer on my picture, the second filling of the picture. These fillings are very much important. First fill, second fill, third fill. So in one setting only, sometimes you can try to complete your picture. But I have developed habit in this way, that I give the first filling with only middle tone and light tone, and then I try to touch the depth of the subject. It is not compulsory on you that you should follow the same process and same steps. Individual can develop his own style of rendering and painting. In my previous demonstration also I have explained. But whatever style you are developing, make sure you're continuing with that style so you can master on that. So right now putting up the deep tone with the ultramarine blue. I had taken Persian blue also. It's an interesting shade, but you have to keep Persian blue very much controlled. It's like you have to use just like a pickle as you eat at the time of your meal. In the same way, you have to use uh, Persian blue. It has the highest intensity. Similarly, orange is also kind of shade which has the highest intensity. So these two colors you should use very much careful when you are dealing with these two tones, two shades, two colors. Well, just trying to show more depth of the subject now. It's trying to work on the more details and trying to achieve the depth. I am not going to go in details and much explain you like what shade I was creating, why I put that patch there, why did I apply deep tone on which area. It's all about observation. Whatever I was observing, I was just trying to achieve the same tone. Now you might have seen that how I have merged the green in a background, because that deliberate attempt I am doing, and that makes my picture more natural and removes the effect of the photograph. Uh, why we do this? We have to do this because there is some difference between the photography and the painting. That is the reason why you have to use this kind of techniques on your painting. Perhaps not only that reason, but other reason is that makes your picture more real. That makes your picture more real. Now going with more details and more depth, and using olive green, yellow ochre, cadmium yellow, and white, these shades as I'm dealing with a lighter area. More light tone, small brush size. I'm going to use my round brush also later on. So you can see now more detailing has started coming, and a very good blending of the deep and light and reflection tone, highlight, middle light takes place. And right now what I'm trying to show is I was observing the vents. So very beautiful vents were there on the cabbage. So those beauty I was trying to reflect on my colors and brush. How the smoothly you have to travel your color, that is used. No hard effect. The moment I realized that yellowish tone was creating the hard tone, I removed. You can see I just have 1, 2, 3 vents. So detailing work now will take place. Detailing work will take place right now. So merge it, keep on merging, and keep on observing. There is no other way to achieve the perfect result, but keep on observing and keep touching the same shades which you are creating, touching those shades to papers, and keep asking yourself, is the shade right what I am seeing? Is it the same shade what I saw? These questions when you start asking yourself, then you will be able to meet the expectations. So do not compromise when you realize that this particular shade is not exactly the same one what you are observing. Going ahead with the same detailing part, adding more white and more white, because what is the art? Observing, observing the tones, observing the shades, and putting the right shades and right tone at the right place is the art. when it comes to still life especially. Otherwise, usually in composition, balancing the dark tone and light tone is the logic, is the rule. Right now I'm dealing with the nature, so I have to remember that I have to reflect its character, and its character is, it has a very disciplined veins on it, which has approximately distance, maybe I am not going to define it in centimeter, but it is uniform distance. There is a uniformity in the distance when it comes to these veins. So again, light tone. I have to be very much careful when I apply light tone. It's just I'm like applying. You can see I'm applying a tone like a we apply butter on the bread. And moment I realize the tone is more going hard on the artwork, immediate on the next moment I'm moving my brush on that area and I'm making it more soft. Similarly, you also have to remember that when you touch the shades to the object, ask yourself immediately, is it right or do I need to change it? If the answer is yes, change it, do change it. Your mind will immediately revert that no, this is not exactly what you're observing. And that's it, listen your mind. Listen your heart. It will tell you immediately that this is giving me hard effect. Use the tones wisely. Now, doing the same way, the tones are there, the light tone, middle tone, dark tone. You can see more fiddling is taking place on the veins. Yellow ochre, ultramarine, yellow ochre, ultramarine blue, then cadmium yellow, lemon yellow. You can see I'm going in a middle tone also now because the journey I have to show in accordingly. Like I cannot show light directly light and directly dark. There are some middle tones also like middle tone, light tone, dark. And that is it. Now more middle light and deep tone, and keep on merging. Moment I realize that the certain things are like because somewhere I have to show detailing, somewhere I have to merge it. Now working on the background again, and this is all about observation. Not necessarily that when you start drawing and painting, the similar result will come in front of you. Like you are going to sit and do it in one sitting. So what you will be, what shade you are going to deal with, like more of post green and less of olive green, and less of yellow ochre also. You can see now it's getting its shape. You will also say that yes, it's looking like a cabbage now, more of cabbage. Further, as the detailing will take place, you will realize that it has become more perfect. So deep tone. Now that from its bottom to the surface area I am coming, there is a middle area, and this tone I was observing between the two veins. You can see somewhere here I am right now, and you can see one more change. A brush which I am holding in my hand is a round brush now. Number is 4 and 5 number brush I am holding in my hand, and you can see slightly coastal green shade I have dropped on the cabbage because when I realized it's losing its own character. So that was the reason why I took coastal green a little bit, and I will go towards a more perfection now, towards a more perfection, observation, application, observation, application. application. Observation, application. The things now. So keep on observing, keep on drawing, keep on painting, and don't forget this law that only observation is going to observation is only the most important part of this entire exercise. Now just keep on merging. Same way, you have to keep on merging. Now again coming back to the yellow shade because it was the third day. Yes, I believe it was the third day when I was painting this cabbage because on the second day also I said just for 1 hour. And on the third day I saw it has turned completely into yellow. The yellow shade was so much that one who wouldn't have said that it's cabbage now. So yellow shade was more. So it was very difficult to, what I started from and what I was ending with. And keeping what in mind is what I had imagined that the expectations were something different. And here again at the back side I was seeing more detailing. So here you can see more detailing I am putting up. More detailing again more detailing. So veins I am working right now on. Veins, that is the main character. That is the main character. And just going into more detail and depth of the picture and going to the keen observation. So here shadow and highlights. More shadow, more highlights, more shadow, more highlights. And actually reflection this one thing I did, the character of the leaves were what the last one, the petal which the leaf which I'm dealing right now. It was getting a background. I mean, I was getting one background. Now you can see on the third day this was the result. Huh? This was the stage on third day, and right now this is what I'm painting. So what I was telling you that from the back side there was a reflection in the leaf. So that character also I had to catch. So the transparency, I mean to say transparency. I I wanted to catch transparency on the leaf, and going to the more keen observation now here. As I'm putting a small brush in my hand. So what was the intention to hold the small brush? That's it. The intention to hold the small brush was the going to the deep observation, keen observation. So here I'm doing a more highlight. As I told you, like highlight here is more important part now. If I show more realistic work, then more beautiful. So realistic effect I wanted to give more realistic I wanted to give. You can see now I'm doing a deep tone. More and more deep tone I'm doing up. And working on the tones, the color. And more shadow part I'm working right now in. Now reflection tone, more reflection tone with more yellow ochre shade. Is more reflection and more yellow ochre because as I told you, it was my third day and the leaves had turned into yellow, their tail completely. So you can see how much detailing I was doing. And now the edges, I am dealing with the edges of the brush on the of the leaf. And more edges, more detailing and more depth to the picture. More depth to the picture. And shadow part. And now I am working on the folds again. And again, see more different highlight the background. You can see more deep tone. Now the reflection tone is completely in gray tone. So naturally this thought will come in your mind, so why gray tone? Because cloth color was white and it was having shadow on it. So naturally that will turn into gray. and you can see more graceful folds I'm trying to put up. So see more folds, more detailing, more background work, and the confidence in the fold has to be a little bit high, so it reflects how much artist is confident. See more detailing is taking place and more merging. And more light I'm putting in the background, foreground rather, and working on the folds. So, so dear students, so now first thing what you are going to observe here is how keenly one has to work, how patiently one has to work to achieve the result. I have taken the flat brush to merge certain edges because those edges were very hard. Now showing very minor details. Those are very small veins on the cabbage. So you can see how keen working one has to do, how much meticulous result you have to show, how much meticulously you have to work. And, it's just like not getting. I was continuously not getting the result what I was observing in front of me. That was the reason why continuous overlapping of the shades were taking place, and that is why poster colors are very good at this. If if at any level, at any stage, you can do the corrections, you can overlap the shades, and you can achieve the shade which you're observing. So if you feel like the shades are not right, then you can easily overlap. Taking your burnt sienna because they just had turned into brown and because of the stale effect. And here was a shadow of one of the fold, the cabbage, merging more. And here, here also merging these folds because if I keep these folds unmerged, what will happen? It will become picture will become very much heavy. So that heaviness I had to remove. And to remove the heaviness, I was using this technique. Otherwise, initially you notice that folds were absolutely right. And this question will come in your mind: so why did you merge the folds when they were completely seen, properly seen? See what I wanted to do. I wanted to remove the hardness, the heaviness, and sometimes in spite of the things are already settled, you have to disturb and distract them to, to achieve the desired result. Now you might have seen again the folds are taking place again in more better way. So that was my overall interest of this work, and that was the overall interest of this of restructuring, realigning, re-putting, redisplaying the folds, recreating the folds. And now somewhere I'm merging in such way that one is not able to make out that where exactly the folds it ends, because the ending part is such which I want to keep it smudgy, unnoticed. That might be the reason you will observe that as the folds are going away from the object, you will notice that one cannot make out. And here is very close to the result I am right now. The stage you have seen. Now moving ahead with the more detailing part. And doing more, working on more details. Same thing here, working on more details. Merging, more merge. Again doing the more detailing to the work. Flat brush is a very good tool to complete the still life and nature. So you can see here I am putting a more deep tone, and that deep tone is again creating more contrast, and as the more contrast takes place, immediately you will find the picture looks more beautiful. More detailed work, more detailing, more minute work. Actually, when you will keep this cabbage in front of you, you can also do one thing. You can take out straight away one leaf aside, keep one knife also with it, and you can make this life more interesting. That was all for this nature topic. Thank you very much for your patience to pay keen attention on this demonstration. If you happen to do it, I hope you will definitely enjoy. If you happen to do it, kindly revert uh, with your assignment and show me what you have done. If you have any query, please do revert. I would be happy to help you. So keep drawing, keep painting, keep observing, and keep developing your observation abilities. This is all the output is. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.